everyone, my name is Rebecca. For my book talk, there are three books that I want to talk about. I found these books all to be really good for children who may be dealing with something either physically or emotional that's, you know, hard for them to deal with and overcome. Um, so the first book that I wanted to talk about, I don't have the physical book with me. I had to return it before I got a late fee. But I did print off the cover so you could see. It's called After the Fall, How Humpty Dumpty Got Back Up Again, and it's by Dan Santat. This book basically tells a story of how Humpty Dumpty got on with life after he fell off, and in this story he is put back together. So it mimics the famous nursery rhyme and shows what happened to Humpty after that. While now he's put back physically, he's still dealing with emotional issues, like a newly developed fear of heights because of his accident. Basically, the story tells us how Humpty overcomes that fear and starts to feel like himself again. The next book that I want to talk about is called Smoky Night, and it's by Eve Bunting with illustrations by David Diaz. Now, this book is set during the LA riots. So the main character, Daniel, he lives with his mom in an apartment building and he has a cat. And basically the story is around how he's questioning, why are these riots happening? And then that night, their apartment building gets set on fire. So he and his mother and all of the rest of the people who live in the apartment building have to leave and go to a community center. In all the chaos, his neighbor's cat gets lost and his cat get lost. Now these cats notoriously had issues with each other in the past and didn't like each other. Ultimately, the cats get returned to them. They're found by a firefighter who found them holding each other because they were so scared because of the fire. Basically, Bunting uses the cats to show that during these hard times, it's important for people who may have differences and, may not like each other or see eye to eye during times of trouble. That's when it's most important to come together. And that's how unlikely friends are made. The final book I want to talk about is called Life Doesn't Frighten Me, and it's a poem by Maya Angelou. So this basically, in the poem, Maya Angelou gives some different examples of different things and objects and entities that would scare kids, a bear or a stranger or starting a new school. Basically, the message of the story is that, these are things that you're going to have to deal with and don't be afraid of them. Face them head on, be brave, be courageous. Life's always going to throw things at you that are scary, but you need to be brave and move past it. And that's why throughout the story, the main line is life doesn't frighten me or it doesn't frighten me. Now, what I really liked about all three of these books is they'd be perfect for a young child who's dealing with maybe the divorce of their parents or who recently got hurt and is now afraid of, say, riding his bike or something like that. This would be a good book for a parent or a teacher or a librarian to recommend, to help the kids see how you can overcome your fears, how even during bad times and scary times, it's important just to stick together, and how being brave and accepting and strong will help them overcome their fears and understand the hard times that they are going through. So I hope you enjoyed my book talk, and that's my three books, and I very much recommend them to anybody.